Well, firefighting operations at the Bhalswa landfill site are still continuing. Now, this has been an ongoing operation since Tuesday. Now, this is the third straight day where firefighting operations are still on. Officials have said that it will take more time to bring the fire completely under control. The Delhi government has imposed 50 lakh rupees fine on the North MCD. Ananya is reporting from here and bringing us the latest update. Ananya, good morning. Give us a sense of what is happening. Obviously, the heat that we are witnessing in New Delhi as well as other parts of the country isn't making this operation any easier, is it?
Well, yes, Nupur, you understand that since the temperatures in the national capital are already too high, and the fire that we had seen in the Bhalswa village, in the Bhalswa landfill, was basically close to a level 4 and level 5 fire in a landfill. And the biggest problem that the firefighting operation teams are facing is because this is a landfill and toxic gases already are in this complete area. So the toxic gases are constantly reacting, and hence the fire is not completely dousing off. As per the officials, it might take a day or two in order to basically douse off this fire. A total of 5 fire tenders are currently at the spot doing the firefighting operations. However, what is very fortunate is that since it's a landfill, there is no injury or any kind of casualties of a human nature that have been in fact reported. But what is a point of concern is that the continuous fire in the landfill is causing a lot of pollution, and toxic gases are being released inside the air, which is becoming a very, very poignant issue. And that might also affect the air quality index of the national capital, which already is under a very bad shape. Remember that Delhi, since it's amongst one of the most polluted cities in the world, this type of incident would only escalate the problem. And until and unless this fire is dozed off, we'll have to wait as to what happens in this whole regard and how this firefighting operation continues, Nupur.
Absolutely. As you're pointing out, of course, the Environment Ministry has also asked for a detailed report on what took place. Thank you for the moment, Ananya. And here's a look at some news in brief now. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and the Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida have held talks in Tokyo. Now, the meeting came as the German lawmakers voted in favor of sending heavy weapons to Ukraine, a symbolic decision that reflects the government's change of course on the issue. Germany had initially refused to send any offensive weapons to Ukraine and later balked at sending heavy equipment such as armored vehicles. The French government in its near entirety has gathered at the Champs-Élysées Palace for one of the last cabinet meetings of President Emmanuel Macron's first mandate. Macron, who won a second 5-year term earlier this month, will appoint a caretaker government to handle day-to-day business until the June parliamentary elections. Now, if Macron wins, he will name a new government accordingly. Shanghai is working to ensure the smooth operations of its port under the coronavirus lockdown, while a number of companies are resuming work and production as restrictions are being eased in some areas. Staff attendance at the port of Shanghai has remained at 70% to guarantee operations of the port during the current outbreak. The number of infections has slightly declined in Shanghai over the past few days, and some areas are now beginning to ease restrictions. China has described the Quad as a bloc of Indo-Pacific democracies created to counter China, calling it unpopular after Washington announced President Joe Biden's visit to the region next month. The Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin has commented on the trip and said that countries operating should help promote regional peace instead of engaging in exclusive cliques that undermine mutual trust and cooperation amongst regional countries. The International Atomic Energy Agency has said that radiation in Russian excavation sites surrounding the decommissioned Chernobyl nuclear plant was within safe levels. The IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi has said that radiation in the trenches was well below the maximum authorized levels for plant workers.